Well. I hope you are too. Certainly an awful tough one for your team on Saturday. You guys gave the number 24 team in the country all they could handle, but a tough way to lose there in the last 7 minutes as you've gone back and looked at that game. Just give me impressions on what happened.
Yeah, as you say, tough way to lose it. We had the lead. We scored to go up. They end up, putting together some really nice drives. I thought our defense had played very, very well up until the fourth quarter. Was able to answer a lot of the things that they were doing. And we had scored, early in the fourth quarter to take a good lead, and then, couldn't get a first down the next two times we had the ball. So frustrating way to end it. We kind of all three phases. I thought we did some really exciting things. We did some really nice things on offense, but again, in the fourth quarter, it didn't work out. Did some really nice things on defense. Fourth quarter didn't work out. Did some really nice things on special teams. Obviously, our punter had a big day doing stuff other than punting. But then we gave up a long kickoff return and missed a field goal too. So frustrating in a lot of ways. Credit to Youngstown. They kept finding ways to answer what we were doing.
When you play that way against a top 25 team and certainly we're at that level all night and then come up short, what are you able to take away from a positive standpoint to be able to build on?
Yeah, I really liked how our guys approached it. I really liked how our guys attacked it. I liked our energy. We got to improve a couple things, obviously, from an execution standpoint, because I thought we were right there and close. And so, a lot of positives to take away from it. Just that end result kind of hurts. But, I think it's something we can build on. I think it's something we can take into conference play and, keep working at it.
Offensively, Andrew Endorf, 238 yards through the air, hit the 19-yard touchdown pass to John Dunmore there in the third quarter, and then also a couple of long ones to Jason Doss early and late to set up your last TD. He certainly took some shots and was under some pressure. How did you feel like he performed?
Yeah, he's getting better every week, and he's growing. He's developing, and his two deep balls were fantastic. Led his wide receiver perfectly. The end zone touchdown that you mentioned to John Dunmore. I mean, great timing. Looked the safety off through a rope from about 25 yards. So really like where he's at. Really like the decision making that he's doing. His one interception. Felt like, if he puts a little more air on the ball, that thing's probably going to be a big play as well. So he's growing, he's developing, excited about his, where he's at, and we need him to continue to develop to get us to where we want to get to.
Al Wooden's numbers wouldn't jump out at you with only the 49 yards, but a couple of touchdowns, and he ran awful hard for you. How did you feel like he performed?
Yeah, very pleased with Al. Felt like this was obviously the best game he's played for us. This is kind of what we were expecting out of him, when he came in. So he was hitting holes when holes weren't there. He was finding a way. I mean, he ran through people on a couple third downs and then the two touchdowns. Thought his O-line did a great job, but he just hit it well. So exciting to see that. Again, he only carried the ball 12 times, but averaged 4 yards a carry, and obviously had two touchdowns. So great day for him, and it was fun to see him do that.
Before we switch over to the defense, I do want to talk about your punter. You mentioned Bryce LaFollette and had run for a first down, led to a touchdown. There was a pass for a first down, led to a touchdown. When you go into the week, were those things that you felt like maybe you saw that you could get, or did he do some of those things on his own?
No, yeah. So both of those are gadgets we call them that we had going into really the last 2 weeks, and you just wait for that right opportunity. So when the first one happened, Britt Myers, who coaches our SWAT team, he's like, "Hey, are we good to call it?" I'm like, "Yeah," because we saw it on the first one. So it's like, let's go for it. And then it's like that one was successful. He ran for 19 yards or whatever it was. And, and then it came back and it's going, "Hey, I think we got the pass too." I'm like, "Call it," and he can call it off if he doesn't like it. He executed it great, got a corner out there in Zakai Brown catching the ball. So every time we practice that, the guys would get excited when he caught it. So great job, great execution on all those guys' part.
Did it take I don't want to say a special guy, but what type of guy do you have to have at the punter position to trust to be able to make those calls and execute those kind of plays?
Yeah, it takes a guy you got a lot of confidence in, and obviously we got a lot in Bryce, and he has been very, very good on all of those. So, and again, the pass is one that we've had in our pocket for a while, so that was exciting to finally execute it.
Defensively, as you said, you guys played awful well for most of the night. Jamez Drummer, 7 tackles and 1.5 tackles per loss. And Miles Brody was all over the field. I think 6 tackles and broke up 3 passes, including some big ones near the end zone. Just what stood out to you on the defensive side?
Yeah, really until the fourth quarter, I thought we played Youngstown extremely well. I mean, we got them out of their run game. We made them pass, something that, I don't think they're comfortable with. They were close to 50%, pass completion. So I thought we were able to, knock down some balls. We took the quarterback really out of his run game. His run game really hurt us more in scrambling as opposed to the quarterback power and the quarterback read stuff that he does well. And really, I mean, 2 drives there in the fourth quarter, frustrating to see that because we were close. He hit a couple of nice passes when we didn't get pressure. He was able to find some voids when we did get pressure. He evaded it. But as you mentioned, Jamez and Miles really just continue to play really good football for us. Jamez has been a great addition from ODU. Miles obviously been in the program for a long time. But watch those guys play. Again, frustrated for them that the fourth quarter didn't go the way that we would have hoped.
CAA play starts this week against a Bryant team that certainly opened some eyes with some of their results early in the season. As you start to prepare for them, what are the challenges they present?
Yeah, I mean, just a really good football team. Coach has done a fantastic job, much better than they were a year ago. We saw them on crossover film a year ago. He has improved the roster. He's improved their scheme. They're playing at a very high level. Obviously, the UMass win. They played a close game against New Mexico, and really, the Campbell game could have gone either way. They were very opportunistic. We know what that's like. They returned a touch. They've returned an interception for a touchdown. They returned a kickoff return for a touchdown. I think the return guy's as good as we've seen, and we gave up 80 yards on Saturday on a kickoff return. So got a lot of respect for that. Their quarterback is playing very, very good football. He's making wise decisions. So I think this is a completely different team than we saw a year ago in the CAA, and I think they're going to, continue to get better. And so we got to be at our best. A little bit of a long bus ride for us, but we got to be able to go on the road and, get after them a little bit.
You guys have played a really challenging non-conference schedule, including 3 out of 4 on the road. How do you feel like that non-conference slate has prepared you for the start of CAA play?
Yeah, I think very well. I mean, and we talked about the Maryland game a week ago, frustrated with that result. But then, I turned that game on as I'm resting, getting ready for our game. They're playing Wisconsin, holding them to 1.2 yards per rush. So I didn't feel as bad about our running game after watching Wisconsin get, played the way, and they gave up 6 sacks and we only gave up 3. So I didn't feel as bad about us after watching that. So give me a little life going into the Youngstown State game. But I think it's prepared us extremely well. Going on the road's never easy. We've done that 3 times. Playing your crosstown rivals never easy. So I mean, I feel like the games we've played. Youngstown, obviously, like you said, top 25 program. I think they're going to continue to be a contender in their conference, which is always strong. So I think it's prepared us well for the conference. But the CAA is always tough. The CAA is always competitive, and we know that every game matters, and that every game's got a chance to really go down to the last possession.
All right, Pete. Thanks for the time this afternoon. Safe travels to Rhode Island, and we'll talk again next Monday.
Thank you, Rob.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
take care.